This last week has been very cold, with temperatures exceeding the negative 30 degrees Celsius. Some of them were down to negative 32, negative 33 degrees Celsius. It was just too cold to go out and do anything. I stocked up on wood before the cold weather hit in preparation for, so all I had to do was keep the stove going just to keep warm for that time. But now that is over, it has warmed up to a beautiful negative 20 degrees Celsius. It may seem cold, but it's a lot warmer compared to the negative 30, and it's not bad being outside. It's pretty enjoyable at this temperature being outside doing stuff. So I'm out getting another week's worth of firewood, getting all prepared. I'm sure you can hear some noise in the background. I'm sorry about that, but a couple properties down, they're doing some logging. So I'm not sure how long they're going to be at it, but they've been at it for a few weeks now. So it's going to be a little bit of noise in the background, nothing we can do. It's part of living up here is logging. Ja, hij ging het. Hij ging het. Daar. Oké, goed zo. Hij ging het. A woodpecker hole. This is the best. This is all fir, as you can see by the crack, if you can see that on the camera. This has been dead for probably 10 years. This stuff is stupidly dry. As you can see, the bark's coming off it. Running the chainsaw down actually knocks a lot of the bark off too, which is actually beneficial because bark holds moisture in. So as I take it inside, the bark is actually damper than the wood is. So then the bark in turn makes the wood slightly damper. So by this, it actually keeps the wood drier, and it doesn't give that moisture back into the wood. And if there is any moisture that does get picked up just moving around in the snow, the moisture dries off a lot quicker off of wood than it does off of bark. This stuff is really, really nice. Even if it's cut right now in the middle of winter, it still works really well. This is all fir, and this is basically just a forest fire hazard, essentially. So I'm cleaning up the forest at the same time as getting heat, and this works really, really well. This stuff burns really, really nicely. It's one of the few things you can collect, or at least softwoods anyway, like fir and spruce are one of the few things you can collect in the middle of winter and have it actually stone dry. Because this is basically stupidly dry. Like this should weigh 4 times this. Like it shouldn't be 2 pounds. If this was green, this would be stupidly heavy. But this is so dry, it's probably been drying for 10 years. So it's really not getting any drier than this is. Maybe a little bit in summer, but not much. It's probably very, very low percentage of moisture. It's very light. I need one more tree, I think. This is a week's worth of firewood for me, roughly, give or take between 5 to 7 days, depending on how I burn. I don't like anything bigger than this. Anything that's bigger than this is usually alive. Or if it's dead, what I've been finding is it's rotten in the center, or it's starting to rot on the outside. So this stuff is perfectly sized. Anything bigger, I find too, has also got more moisture content inside of it, probably because it's starting to disintegrate. So then I end up having to split it this fine anyway to get it to burn properly. So this stuff is perfect. Just throw it in one by one, and it doesn't really get any better than this, especially with my small stove. This is the perfect size block for it, actually. For a big stove, this would be tiny little kindling, but for my little stove, this actually burns ideal, this size. And there is tons of it out here. Just go around, pick it up. It's all stuff that's got shaded out over the years. As the larger trees have gotten bigger, the smaller ones have got left behind, and they've gotten shaded out, and they've dried for 10 years. You don't want to collect this tree. You see the mushrooms growing on that? That's going to be rotten, and it's going to have a lot of moisture in it. Plus, I don't know if burning mushrooms is toxic, but this is going to be very wet inside. You want them nice and dry where they have no bark on them, or they do not have mushrooms on them. Once they get to the mushrooms, they're garbage. Don't burn that. This is about 24 hours worth of wood. So this little stack right here, the wagon, the way it's filled up, this will last till about this time tomorrow in my little stove. I'm going to take it inside now, and that's firewood for today. I'll do this again exactly tomorrow. I do it once every 24 hours just because I don't have enough space inside to store a few days worth of firewood. I only have a space for basically a day's worth because living in a camping trailer, there's not a lot of space. So it's one of the things I do.